Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, Mostly Paper Crafts. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm excited to share my Valentine's project with you. I focused on using a few different My Monthly Hero kits from Hero Arts, and I kept my designs really simple. I hope that they'll inspire you to create some simple Valentines of your own and get them out in the mail. Valentine's Day is so soon. So here I have piles of all of the cards that I created for this week's project, and these are the first cards that I made. Again, I was trying to keep everything very simple, and my thought was to make them like traditional Valentines that come in a box, where the design is sort of the same, but there's a few different images and sayings throughout. So we have a magical day, you slay, huzzah, and you rule. These are 3 layers. There's a red textured cardstock, this white layer with the heat embossed sentiment, and then another layer that has the marker paper. And the coloring here, since the images are so small, I used my brush markers, and I'm not very good at blending with those. So for the background, I ended up going with this sort of dot design. But when I had first started these cards, that was not my original plan. I thought that I was just going to fill it in. Well, like I said, I'm having a hard time blending. I added some dots to sort of disguise that I wasn't able to blend. I tried one with just dots. This one I did with an alcohol marker, and I still wasn't very happy with that result. So I thought originally I was going to make 4 sets of these, and I ended up only making 1 complete set. But I still have these that I can send out as well. For my next set, I wanted to do a lot less coloring, as in 0. I just picked out some coordinating papers, laid out some images and sentiments, and made these very simple cards. But I think that these will be great little Valentines to send out. So this one, and this one all have images that are from the add-on to this kit. This was the first kit that inspired me to subscribe to the Hero Arts box. So I thought it was so fun, and I also think it's so funny that I never used it. But these are the add-ons that I purchased, and I have played with them. You know, I cut things out and stamp them and color them, but I never actually turned them into a project until now. So that's the main kit that I used for my cards, but I did pull in a few others. For my next set of cards, I went through my entire stack of Hero Arts kits, and I picked about 15 different sentiments and images that I thought would make cute Valentines, but I ended up only having time to make 4. So I used this kit, which is April 2018. I used the December 2019 kit, and a couple of Christmas kits. So this was November of last year, and this one is November of 2019. So with those, I was able to create these Valentines that are in that traditional style that comes in a box, you know, usually for kids, where there's a little notch, and I have a little to from heart here. So we have Your One Hot Mama from the Fiesta kit. This one is from that Christmas kit. Time spent together is worth every second. You mean the world to me. This is from that Mother Nature type kit. And I'll be thinking of you from that Christmas kit from last year. So like I said, I had picked out a whole bunch of different images and sentiments that I thought would be cute on a simple Valentine like this, and I only got around to making 4 of them. But I bet if you went through your kits, you would be able to see what I'm talking about, where there's a cute image and a little pun that would be perfect for Valentine's Day. Last year, I came across this stamp set from Hero Arts. I don't think it came out last year, but it has this Happy Galentine's Day sentiment, and I knew that I needed it. I paired that sentiment with this lovely lady from the February 2019 kit to create these heart-shaped Valentines. The hearts are from scrapbook.com, and honestly, I was not very happy with them because they're not symmetrical. You might not be able to tell by a quick glance, but when I cut out the first one, I was thinking this is not symmetrical. And it also caused a problem because I needed a layer for the back, and I wasn't able to just have two cut and then put them right sides out. And you know, when you use a die cut, the back layer has sort of a rough edge. So what I was able to do was use my bone folder, and I went around and I smoothed it out, and now you really can't tell. But not happy that those were not symmetrical. But I was pretty pleased with how these came out overall. I think I'm going to pair them with some chocolates and then get them out to some gal pals over the next few days. I'm pretty particular about using my specialty papers, so I did actually cut out the center of these hearts when I ran them through my die cut machine, which allowed me to create these cards, which I'm considering just little bonus cards for this video because I already had these hearts. And then I just added some die cuts from this same January kit from last year. So this came with a whole bunch of fun die cuts that I can't wait to create more with. But for now, mostly just some butterflies and one of the little leaves. I want to talk about my process for just a moment. When I'm creating a bunch of cards like this, even though I kept everything really simple, I really put a lot of time into all of this. And when you have your stamps out already, I think it just makes sense to make multiple prints of them so that you have them for later. So I do have a few extras, and then I have stuff set up and ready to make at least one more of each of those cards that I showed. So if I do decide later, oh, that was a design that I really like, I have it ready to go. And then of course I have all sorts of things in here that I didn't end up using. And I also wanted to show you when I created this card. I'm a geometry teacher, by the way, so I'm all about measuring and coming up with designs for things that work. But I figured out what size I wanted, and I had made a dummy with the measurements, and I'd remembered that I actually have this tool from We Are Memory Keepers. I love their envelope punch board, and this is a companion to that to give you the little notches. Well, I never use it for that, but it came in really handy for these Valentines. The designs I came up with for these cards are not earth-shattering, but my goal was to keep it simple, come up with a common theme, and make the cards in each set very similar to each other, just inspired by boxes of Valentines that I would always buy as a kid. I hope that you were inspired to create some Valentines of your own, and I can't wait to share with you what I make next week. I'm also getting ready to do a big craft room remodel, so you can expect to see some craft room tours and during and after process videos. So I'm really excited to share those too. I'll see you next time, and until then, go make something beautiful.